Hello, everybody. What's up to another night of Live Intentionally Today Lit Podcast Live? Y'all, I'm so happy. I'm excited. I know I'm always excited, but let me calm down. Okay. First, because we're using StreamYard, if you would like for us to see your comments, hearts, whatever you send up, go ahead and give StreamYard permission to access your account so that we can see who you are and join in on this tea, y'all, because my girl is feeling it all tonight. So I am just so excited. That's why I'm sitting here like all giddy and whatnot. Um, Oh, y'all forgot to move my little papers off my thing from when I was working earlier. Anyway, y'all see it. It's all good. But welcome. Let's see who's there's some people coming on. Hey, I think it must be Glendora because she always say hey, and I don't know, but it's a couple people saying they're here. Yep, it's Glendora. She's here. So thank you, Glendora, for coming. That's our coach, y'all. And that's how I actually met our guest for tonight, this evening, Tavara Franklin. She is the owner of Healing Grounds Therapy. I'm going to bring her on screen now, y'all. And we're going to get started talking about trust and her actual workshop that she has coming up, a little bit about her business. We're just going to be spilling tea. Y'all know my tea is transparency, education, and authenticity. But she bringing the hotness, y'all. H.O.T. So we're going to find out what that is. But without further ado, I am going to bring my girl on camera. Hey, Tavara. I'm so excited, y'all. Y'all, I mean, because we haven't seen each other, like, we have never met in person, but
No.
we have just we used to be like on our Zoom calls like every week, but now we all grown up. So
Yeah. We grew up now.
yes. So let me go ahead and read her bio because or actually look, I'm finna put you on the spot. I ain't gonna even read it. I'm gonna let you look since Glendora watch it.
So
So
the spot,
let's
huh?
see.
Okay,
So
that's
let
fine.
because we're being hot, girl, hot.
Yes,
So come in
yes.
hot. Come in hot. Okay,
All right.
so
So,
can you please introduce yourself to these lovely people that we have coming on?
well, I just want to say first and foremost, Juana, it is always a pleasure to be speaking with you. You just bring so much life and you're so bubbly. And I just love the energy that you always bring when we're talking. So it is a pleasure. And it's certainly an honor to be on Lit Podcast tonight, talking to the lovely people. My name, again, is Tavara Franklin. I'm a licensed professional counselor and I am the owner of Healing Grounds Therapy and Wellness Center that is located in Jonesboro, Georgia, where we are cultivating hope and healing back into your life through being honest, open, and transparent. That's what we refer to as hot, y'all. What I do is I have a expertise in family as well as women and adolescents, female adolescents, that is, where I assist them in helping them cultivate themselves and grow, as well as find out how to be able to get through their anxiety as well as depression. I also have a expertise in cognitive behavior therapy as well as reality therapy. So if that sounds like you, or you know someone that is in that group of people, make sure you contact me. That is at healing grounds underscore therapy. That is for my Instagram. Or you be able to find out later on how to be able to get some more information on how to get in contact with me and my team of folks, because I do have a team of women who are very hot, honest, open, and transparent in making sure that they're cultivating hope and healing back into your life.
I love it. Girl, look, okay, let me remind y'all because if you came on a little bit after I said it, please, if you don't mind, give StreamYard permission to access your name so that we can see who you are because we want to be hot and lit with y'all tonight.
Yes, and I want to be able to talk to y'all too. So
Yes.
yes, I love to hear all the comments, and I want to be able to interact because we don't want to just be the only ones right here talking when we
Right.
here though, because we can hold the fort down.
Right. Girl, but somebody, it's a Facebook user, it just says, they just said lit and hot with the fire emoji. Yes, I
Hey!
love it. And thank you so much, Tavara, for being on here. Um,
Yeah.
I see my man is on here. Your man is on here. I think it's your man, right,
Hey,
Terrence?
man. Yes, that's my husband, Terrence Franklin. I have to let me stop for a second. I have to give him a huge, huge shout out. That is my biggest cheerleader. I cannot do what I do without him. He is always supporting any place that I am in, any group that I am with. Trust and believe he is supporting. So I love you, babe. Thanks for always supporting me and anybody that I'm with and everybody that I am with. So y'all, that's my ride or die. That's my best friend. That's my babe.
I
Babe, babe.
know, right? Like I love it. I love, honestly, I love black love. But my husband is the same way. Like I don't know what I'd do without him. He's like we fight like brother and sisters, but we love hard. so so
Listen,
it's he is my absolute best friend too. And the same, it's like he's always like wherever I'm at, he's there. If I go speak at a church, he's sitting in the back. He's
yeah,
so it doesn't matter. So I love that we have very supportive men in our lives, and
absolutely. You
you
need
know,
it. You need that. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be able to do anything that I do without him. And just as a gimmick, and we might be coming off topic, but we're really not coming off topic because we're segueing into topic. Me and my husband, we've been married for 5 years, been together for 9 years, and we have two beautiful children, a 2 year old about to be 3 next month actually, and a oh my gosh, my baby Levi, he is 5 now. Okay, so, so he's 5 now. He just had a birthday. We celebrated over the weekend. And a little fun fact about me and my life, because I do like to keep it hot, honest, open, and transparent. That's why everybody honestly love me. I just have to toot my horn to do. But but me and my husband, we got married, and my our baby Levi, he came literally 2 weeks after we got married. And so we never, ever, ever had a honeymoon, ever. We got married, we got into our house, got married, had a baby. That's exactly how that was the order, right? So
wow.
everything was like, bah, 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 bah. And so we never had a honeymoon. And so we just celebrated 5 years 2 weeks ago, and we went to Belize. And y'all, it was amazing. If anybody knows me, I have a very difficult time trying to slow down, be in the present moment. And my husband, he was just like, Tavara, leave that cell phone, because I have my work phone and
Hmm.
he said, leave that cell phone here, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna chill out. And man, my husband can tell you, and I be hot with y'all. I struggle. I struggle with anxiety. I name my anxiety, and for those who are in services with me, because I specialize in anxiety, and I just so happen to be a person who struggles with it from time to time. I encourage people to embrace their anxiety and to be able to name their anxiety, because your anxiety is a party. We ain't going nowhere. Okay. And one, it's a normal thing. So my husband knows that that's something I struggle with, and with that comes with control. And so it took everything in me to be able to like pause and really just make
Hmm.
sure that I knew that. Well, I'm sorry, not I ain't gonna say knew, but make sure that I allowed myself to make sure that he was leading in that area. Because like that's how Annie she likes to cut up. That's my name of my anxiety, Annie. She like to cut up. So it I say all that to say that this anniversary trip was everything that we needed. It was our makeup honeymoon, and it really showed me a lot about, like, wow, man, how much free range that I needed to kind of like take my hands off the wheel and allow myself to kind of let go. But
Yeah.
with that took a lot of trust in him to really allow myself to say, okay, Tavara, this man, he doing it. He's showing you. So you need to chill out. So
Mhm.
it was cool when I actually did that. You know, not saying it took me 5 years to do that because I trust my husband, you know, with all my heart. But you know, there's certain things that, such as where my anxiety doesn't allow me to get to a space where I really fully need to trust. And that is because, you know, anxiety as well as other mental health disorders, you know, stops people from actually trusting. So
Yeah.
that's just a little hot tea for everybody that's watching.
I'm so excited that y'all got to do that because we didn't go on a like a real honeymoon either. And girl, my baby, my first child, like your child, is 20 years older than your child. So so but when we got married, you know, my husband's mom, she was so nice and she paid for us to go to a beach. It was still in Texas, but like we went to the beach. And you know, I hadn't, you know, it's a whole lot different. And so like now I get it to what you're saying, that anxiety, it can really mess you up and keep you from fully trusting people and doing a
Exactly.
lot of things. And so since we're talking about trust anyway, and that was a great segue right on in. See y'all, this is why she good at what she do. So tell us a little bit of, you want to talk about the workshop first, or like just
I'm
what, like who is this workshop for?
Oh, show. Okay, but no. Okay, let me tell you who this workshop is for. This workshop is for everyone, anyone who has struggles with trust, who has trust issues. And what I mean by that is, if you are a person, I'm trying to this get this off of my phone, off of my, because it is trying to distract me and I don't need no distractions. Okay, anyway. Um, if you are a person who has issues with trust, and what I mean by that, it was like, Tavara, how do I know I have issues with trust? Well, I'm gonna tell you. If you have tendencies in avoiding commitment, if you are always assuming the worst out of people, if you isolate yourself, if you are a person who has a fear of being involved in romantic relationship because you don't want to be hurt, if you often pick fights, if you feel overly protective, you feel reluctant to be vulnerable, to open up, it's hard for you to process past hurts, all of that and more, this workshop is for you. And I the any workshop for anybody who has attended my workshop, and those who have attended my workshop, you know, if you're on this, go ahead and comment in the chat. It's like, yes, you know, it's everything, because I'm not saying it just to toot my horn, but any workshop that I do, I'm not presenting it because it's something that I haven't been through. Trust me, I have. So trust, this trust workshop is something that I've had. The last time I done this workshop, I want to say honestly, was about 2 years ago. Last year was, you know, a very busy year, and I didn't have the time to actually bring it in. But this year, I said I gotta bring it in because it's so many people that I come into contact that has so many issues with trust, and you know, this is not something that I feel as though is a delicate. You know, I feel like it's a delicate situation and a topic, and I feel like it's a hot topic, you know, not just honest, open, and transparent, but it's really a topic that people struggle with. It's something that I have struggled with in the past. And like I said, any workshop that I've done, it's not something that, you know, I just put together. It's actually something that I've actually gone through. I've experienced it. I lived through it. I conquered it, and now I'm giving you some tools, not just practical tools or clinical tools, but also some real tools, some real hot tools from a reality standpoint on how to be able to navigate through it. And that's what this stress workshop is going to give you.
I love that because sometimes, you know, we lie to ourselves, you know, and we don't, or it's not even so much that we lie, but we're just not aware. And so that's what I like about having tea is because we can educate people about different things that they may not even think of. So like some of the things that you listed, like if that's you, it's like, ooh, because at first you think like, oh, it's for couples or something, like,
I
but,
know.
but no, like, if I have trouble committing in a relationship, or if I have trouble, like me, like with my anxiety, like just let them do it. I don't like surprises because of the trust thing. Like I don't know if it's gonna, you know, be okay. And it's kind of like that control, when you have a lack of anxiety.
You
Or
have
when you
the
have the
anxiety,
anxiety, it's
but
like,
let me tell you what an interesting fact that I came across, in my research and thereafter.
mhm,
There's about 46 million people, here in America that struggles with trust. And trust from the standpoint of, statistics has shown that, they only have either one person or nobody that
wow,
they can be able to go to, that they can depend on from a standpoint of if they're in need of something, whether it's economics, whether it's emotional. 46 million.
that's crazy.
46 million. I mean, and honestly, it might sound like a small number out of like the billion of people that's here, but to me, I feel like that's a lot. You only
Yeah.
have one person or nobody that you trust. That's a problem. And so, this trust workshop, not only are I'm going to, kind of walk you hand in hand on like, what's some things that's stopping you from actually trusting, but I'm also going to give you some good insight on why you should. And I know a lot of people are like, "Well, why should I trust? Trust no man." I'm gonna also get it to you if you're, because I am a woman, and there's a lot of people that I come into contact. They like to throw that that Bible phrase out, that Bible scripture that says, trust no man, pretty much, trust God, and that's cool. But I got something to back that up that can also allow you to, still trust God, but also, you got to be able to trust these individuals or this individual over here too. And so that's that's the whole reason why I'm coming and bringing this workshop. It's a signature one of mine. The last time I did it, oh my gosh, I can't describe the feeling. It was so many people and so much. I mean, we could have gone on that virtual, and the reason why I have to do it virtual because it was that many people.
Wow.
you know we could have been on that Zoom for like hours talking about this. And it just made me, when I think about that, it just made me say, okay, I gotta be able to bring this back because there's so much that needs to be learned about trust. And I noticed that a lot of people have like a narrow perspective on it. And I
Mm,
want to be able to, my whole goal for this workshop is to be able to bring in a new perspective on what trust looks like, not just from a violator standpoint, but also from the person whose trust has been violated and the person who's violated the trust.
mhm.
So,
Earlier I was with a client and we were talking about, um it was basically about trust, but when kids grow up, because he's older now, he's an adult,
yeah.
but growing up as a kid, he didn't see like healthy relationships. And I was talking to another person about just what does a healthy relationship look like. And so throughout all day, it was like all this was coming at me from different perspectives and from for different reasons. But if you don't have what a healthy relationship looks like in your parents, you can grow up not able to trust people, and not just a relationship with, like, between your parents, but just, I'm saying, like, how they treat you, so
Yeah.
your relationship with them, so like emotional neglect or abuse and things like that. So when all that stuff comes up, you have problems trusting people, so you don't know how to interact with other people in relationship, period,
And
intimate or socially.
exactly. And Juana, you brought up a great point right there when you said interact, because honestly, that is what trust is about. Fundamentally, trust is about engaging with other people. You
Mhm.
know, when we came out of the womb of our mother, I'm talking about some parents, but of our mother, you know, those parents or that parental figure, you know, was that person who, you know, honestly set up those stepping stones of what trust looks like, what
Mhm.
is. You know, as an infant, we ain't had no choice but the choice. And honestly, you know, people might agree or disagree on me with this, but we came out the room having the ability or having to trust. We had no choice,
Right.
right? You know,
Yeah.
because you know we had to rely on that parental figure to
Mhm.
be able to, you know, give us the things that we needed. You know, our basic fundamentals. You know, Maslow hierarchy or needs. Our basic fundamental needs are love and belonging. But you know, as a baby, you know it's food, water, and shelter. You know, so we came out the womb having to have forced to here we you got to trust this individual. Now
Right.
what that individual does, you know, with that, that is what shapes our worldview on what trust looks like. So I
Yeah.
want to give you look, y'all, this tea is real hot.
I know.
I'm gonna be able to give it everything away, but I'm just letting you know,
I
like
know.
this is what you're gonna experience in this trust workshop. And these are some of the discussions that we have because honestly, that trust is all about engagement. It's all
Mhm.
about engagement. And
Yeah.
so, but with some of the downfalls about our engagement, you know, like you're right. It has to do with, you know, some of our fundamentals, you know, who are our fundamentals, who was our core at the beginning that you know may have scorned that for us.
Right. And when you were, we pulling out all these old theory stuff that we learned, you were talking about Maslow's hierarchy needs. And what was coming up for me was Erickson's life stages of development. The first
Yep.
one is trust versus mistrust. And so when you think about that, like that's why it's so important, like for people that's pregnant, and have a baby, it's like, the baby needs that skin to skin contact that
Mhm.
you can't just leave your baby there crying all day. You
Mhm.
can't just put them up on the couch, how we used to do back in the day. Y'all don't know, y'all young folk. You put the baby up on the couch with a pillow and
Right.
on the bottle. They need
They need that.
interaction,
They need that. And
they
that's
need
exactly what trust is. Trust is nothing but an interaction and engagement between one person and another.
yeah. I love that. I'm so excited. Um your workshop is actually on the weekend of my anniversary.
Oh,
So, but because my son is getting married this weekend, and then my daughter, she's been married for 3 years now, I was like, I'm gonna sew into y'all relationship, and I'm gonna, I want my son especially to, for them to start out with healthy things and know that it's okay to go to things like this because we don't know everything. And so just to get, even if you get one little nugget, that's more than you had when you came. So y'all, if you are watching, share this, comment on any, I saw somebody had posted a comment about, they said your workshops was like all that. Let me see if I can pull it up. They said, you had was saying, I think I can't remember how you had said it, but you were like, if you have come to one of my workshops,
I meant, yeah.
no comment. So she's this person, they said she is not, you gonna learn at any of her workshops. And so I just love that because
You.
um, I haven't had a full opportunity. I know a few months back you did your what is it called? It's about moms. It was
Oh, they didn't say motherhood would be.
Yes, they didn't say motherhood would be. And y'all, she like I just seen all the pictures and all the stuff. And so it like if Tavara has like a live workshop, it's nice. It's like a whole, you got food and all, they it was so pretty. But
And
but
learn. And you right. Wanna I like to give an experience, you know. As one of my biggest mentors, Stephanie Hughes, says, she, you know, she we like to give us a Chick-fil-A experience. And everybody love Chick-fil-A. At my pleasure, yes, Chick-fil-A, it's my pleasure too to spend my money. So I like to I like to make sure that I give honestly a Chick-fil-A experience. What that really means from a clinical standpoint is that you're not leaving, with all of this stuff just fed to you. That's great, but I'm going to make sure that you have something tactile, that you're gonna walk away with, because it's easy for us. It's just like we in church. We can listen to everything that the preacher said, but we ain't writing that thing down, we're gonna forget. So I want to make sure every experience that I give you, you're gonna, live or virtual, just like you see me right now. Trust me, I'm the same way when I'm live. So I'm gonna make sure that whatever experience that you get, you're gonna gain a lot of tools, and the tools that I give is something that you're gonna have for a lifetime. And that's why I'm asking, people to come, join, share this event. Even if you cannot attend, gift it to someone. I have plenty of people who, say, hey, Tavara, I want to be able to do this event. What can I do? How can I still, be able to gain the knowledge? Boom. I don't have the funds for it. When a person gift that event, guess what? It opens a seat for someone else to come in who really, really needs it. So that's why I ask people to donate, contribute. You might be a blessing to someone else. If you can't attend, but then that's okay. Be a blessing to someone else, and or because you can't do it, and or I record these events, and so you can still get the information. And I just send it to you, the recorded version. Now it's not going to be the same, as it will be live, but the content, the knowledge still stands. The knowledge still stands, guys. So
Well,
make sure
awesome.
you really sign up. I think we have the link down in the chat somewhere, right?
Yeah, I'm getting ready. Thank you for reminding me. I'm getting ready to put it in there. So the link to the workshop, y'all, I am showing it on the screen, but I am going to post it in the comments so that you can click on it. And even if you need to go back, I'll post it, where I'll blast it so that y'all can get it later, right? We're gonna light this thing up.
Light it up.
Um so we can, get that because not everybody does that, Tavara. Like, I'll go to some, it's like free workshops, right? And you don't get any information, but then they say, like, okay, if you buy the $47, it's always $47 too. You buy the $47 VIP package, you can join the Zoom call where we're live and we give you some more tips. Well, it's like you got to pay the $47 to get to the live, get all that. And then you might have access to some replays. So this is awesome that you're offering that you can still purchase it and look at the replay, even though they won't be um, interactive or. So is it on Zoom?
Yes, it is
Okay.
on Zoom. It is on Zoom. So, once you sign up, then you're able to gain your healing access. That's what I call it. You'll be able to gain your healing access to the workshop. But I do not, send that information out until like the very last, once I close things down, and you gain access to that. So again, if even if you cannot attend it, you can still gift it to someone, or if you want to still purchase a ticket and you want to be able to look at the replay, gain access to your healing seat virtually in that way, through the replay, then you can do it that way. Like I said, at every workshop, as well as my therapy services, because I see everyone. My specialty is with women and female adolescents ages 13 and up. But I see couples as well, and I see an array of people. But the main thing that I tell people is that your my primary goal for you, not just in therapy service but also in the workshop, is be able to be comfortable in your hotness, be comfortable in being honest, open, and transparent, because I feel like that is the fundamental for you to be able to get to a space of healing. I do not believe that healing is a defined space. It's a one stop, like we're here.
It's over, right?
Nah, nah, nah. I believe that healing is a place where you are always trying to obtain, you're always healing until you take your last breath. And when you, how you know you're working towards, healing is when you're being hot, when you're being honest, open, and transparent. And when you find yourself being honest, open, and transparent every day, you'll gain a couple of things. One, you find yourself being a lot more bolder, meaning you're taking on a lot more positive emotional risks. You're doing things and saying things you never thought you'd be doing the same before. You've been saying it before. Your partner, or your friends, I'm like, who this? But it's okay, because you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that response, and I'm gonna prepare you for that. Two, you find yourself being a lot more authentic, because a lot of people that I come across, in my work and even personally, you find yourself showing up with these different representatives. And these representatives that we have in some form or fashion, relationship or whatever, they do no justice for us. They serve no purpose for us. They hurt us more than anything. And it stops us from actually being able to get to a space of being fully in our hotness and being in a space where we can trust. And most importantly, which is my personal favorite, is it when you are comfortable in your hotness, you're able to be unapologetic for your own authenticity and your truth. Because most of the times I find people overly apologizing.
Mm-hmm.
And when you apologize, you're constantly apologizing. What that creates in your mind is a mantra of, I don't matter and my truth doesn't matter. So I'm just going to sit back, I'm going to relax, and I'm just going to go with the flow, and I ain't going to say anything, because I don't want the problems. But what happens with that is that you create this open door of anxiety. You create this open door of depression. You create this open door of all these other issues, and even with trust, you create it's a gateway. And so my ultimate goal is to make sure that everybody gets comfortable in their own hotness, and you're going to experience that in the trust workshop. I guarantee that.
I love it, Tavara, because you're so right. Like, part of the my approach is I use internal family systems approach, and we talk about, we call them parts, but my
Mhm.
husband's favorite thing to say is the representative, and he's like, the representative shows up. So
Mhm.
it's like that mask that we put on, and
Mhm.
so what happens is, like, there's a part of you that something happened to, however it could have been traumatic or not, but something happened to a part of you, like, maybe when you were 5, 10, 20, whatever. But then that part has to deal with all the stuff, all the whatever that is for you, right? And so
Right.
then when it shows up, it doesn't trust you to be there, your true authentic self. So it's like, oh, I have
Mhm.
to be this fake, I was going to say bad word, the fake chick, because I can't be me, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, they're not going to like me, because that part feels unworthy. Like you were saying, it doesn't feel good enough, because maybe when you were growing up, somebody told you that, or somebody created an environment to where you felt that way, and so then you grow up and you don't trust again, going back to that, you don't trust, because not only do you not trust the people, you don't even trust yourself. You
Yeah.
don't trust that you can make a good decision. So you constantly ask other people or try to seek approval, and you end up having these codependent relationships, because like you're
Unhealthy
saying,
attachments.
yes, all the attach, yes. And it's like, ultimately, like when you can feel unapologetically you and be you, and you
Mhm.
can show up and just, we were talking about that before we started, y'all. Like, not, Tavara is usually like, face beat down, like, she's always flawless, and I mean, it's still just as beautiful as she can be right now, you know what I mean? Just still beautiful inside and out.
Mhm.
But we always think that, like, oh, we have to look away, and we have to be a certain kind of way. But sometimes, I know it's really good to have that, but sometimes, I can be okay just like this,
Mhm.
because I trust who I am, and I'm always going to show up who I am, not like somebody else, the representative
Mhm.
coming out, and so I just love this. I love your approaches to everything, like just helping people to be honest, open, and transparent, because when you can reach that part of yourself, I mean, your whole life changes.
I
You
feel like that's like self-actualization
Yes.
in my opinion.
Looking at that chart, that pyramid.
That's honestly, that's how I chop that up to be. Is that's that self actualization when you have that full awareness of really being comfortable in
Yes.
your own hotness. And when we talk about this trust issues, I'm glad you brought that up, Juana, because it's not just with romantic relationships.
Mhm.
It could be even relationship with yourself. And I talk to my clients about, there's a house. I relate to relationships as a house, and what is the most important part of the house? The foundation, right? So with the relationships, with yourself or with other people, you got to understand, like, what are the absolute things that I need if I had nothing else on this house, if I had nothing else in this world, but I had these are my bread and butter. These are the things that I absolutely have to have to in order to breathe, eat, live, sleep, whatever, you know, in my life. And so when we're talking about trust, you know, most of the time that is the basic fundamental,
Mhm.
for a lot of people. And there's actually a it's not in a DSM-5. It didn't make it in a DSM-5, but there's a phobia that's attached to trust. But it's more so the fear of trusting, your partner in a romantic relationship.
Mhm.
But honestly, I would attach that to the fear of trusting, anyone. You know,
Yeah.
but most of the time, but the phobia, which is let me say it right today, pistanthrophobia. It's that is the fear of trusting. pis Pistanthrophobia. That's what that says.
How you
Pis-
spell it? Look, I'm gonna put it in the chat, but I'm like, how you spell it?
P
It
I
sounds
S. Yeah, Pistanthrophobia. Pistanthrophobia. Okay. And it's not in the DSM-5. It's not something that's diagnosable, but it's a real fear. Just like we have all these other fears, fear of snakes, fear of heights.
yeah.
There's people actually really do have a fear of being committed in romantic relationships. And why is that? It's because of a lot of things. It's a lot of factors that's associated with that. And so, I like I said, this workshop, I cannot begin to tell you how near and dear it is to me. But I want to be able to, shed light on, like, how important it is to trust, how detrimental it is to trust. Um, and what are the consequences, honestly, if you don't?
Yeah. You know what? I'm so silly. But what was when you were saying that, all I could think of is like it's better to be pissed off than pissed on. And that's what people probably think, with pistanthrophobia. Like, it's like, well, I ain't gonna get pissed on, so I'm not gonna commit to this relationship. And
Mhm.
that's I don't know how I'm relating it to that, but it's
I
you
get
know, it just makes sense to me that it's like I'm not going to commit because I'm afraid. It's actually that fear, so that is very interesting. Look, I was like, I ain't never seen that in the
Nah,
but
it ain't in the DSM. But it
but
is,
that's
but it is a real fear that a lot of people have. And like I said, that fear, trust is all about engagement with people.
yeah.
It's all about engagement with people, and it's not just trust in a relationship. Although I am gonna you know talk a large part of my workshop from a romantic standpoint, but we also can take this to with family. you know we can take this, how it affects our job, the people that we work with. You know,
Yeah.
how productive we are able to be when we are in a work setting and having to get done things done, but we have to collaborate with this person. And so, we're not just talking, from a relation standpoint, although, that is a large part of the workshop and a large component of why I did this workshop. But trust is affected in all areas, which
Oh.
is why, again, I talk so much to my clients about that, I call it house of relations. What is your house looking like? What are your fundamentals?
Mm-hmm.
What are your absolutes? And when you're talking about your absolute, they are the things that you don't budge on.
Right.
Do not budge on. But I'm gonna give you a tidbit about trust. You know, and I might get, chewed out with, and that's okay. But, trust has to do with a lot with boundaries. And, oftentimes we think that other people cross our boundaries, but no, no, no. You are the person that has to allow the
Right.
person to come through your threshold, come
Mm-hmm.
through your house, sit on your couch and get comfortable.
Right.
It is me that I have to be able to dictate on whether or not my fundamentals are being met, whether my trust will be violated or not.
Right. I mean, it's different if somebody busts your door down, but if you
And it's
open,
different when it comes to, sexual
right,
abuse or assault and stuff like that.
right,
We're not talking from that,
right.
of course, that
But
is
then you
something that,
open the door.
but we're
You,
talking about like from a work standpoint,
yeah,
work related, family related, or even in intimacy.
right.
So that's why, this workshop is like so important. I want everybody who is able to attend it. Like I said, you don't even got to be some of the things that I named earlier as far as like why, who is the workshop is for those who might be, struggling with, the need, the desire or the ability to, to commit, or reluctant to opening up, or you're always got to feel like you got to be secretive about everything that you do. You might know somebody that knows somebody that's like that. You could be able to be a vessel and feed that energy to them, feed that knowledge to them. So come on out, hit that that sign up button, that bit.ly. I call it lee, but it's ly
Yeah.
backslash trust now, all caps, and sign up for that workshop. The workshop is November 5th from 12 to 2:30. It is virtual and it's $30. $30. You spend
Wow. I was
listen,
gonna say $30
it's cheap. 30.
to get
30.
a lifetime of
I'm sorry.
keys. Yeah. He's so silly. But yes, $30. I mean, come on. Like I just spent $40 going to get some salmon, you know what I'm saying, last night.
Come on.
So just I mean $30, but that salmon just gonna come right on through me, right? The salmon and that broccoli. But $30 for something that you're gonna have for your lifetime.
A lifetime, y'all.
Right.
A
You
lifetime.
know,
$30.
that's an investment in yourself, so please invest in yourself. Um, I know if you I'm gonna put up to that's the information for the workshop, and somebody in the Facebook, I don't know who they was, but they put it on there for the workshop, and I added it so that it can be for people that see it on YouTube too. But y'all share this with people because this sounds like it is gonna be incredible. And now since I know that I could get that replay, girl, I'm finna go and give me my ticket, my son that they ticket, my daughter they ticket.
Yeah.
Um
Thank you.
and because I know because we could keep talking forever. I love you, Tavara.
Love you, girl.
We already put the babies to bed and stuff. Like did they bath and everything.
Oh, man. Hey, well, they probably still up. Jay, my daughter, she a night owl. She had me up at 2:30 this morning, y'all. I've been up since 2:30.
Oh,
2:30. And I'm going though. It's okay. Y'all pray
and
for
still right, and still shows up for her clients, for her staff, for everybody. And I know before we get into this other little part, um, can you remind us again what hot is? Like just for
Yes.
these people.
HOT stands for honesty, openness, transparency. Honesty, openness, and transparency. That's what that means. I'm a firm believer in being hot. That is not just a therapeutic stance, but it's a lifestyle stance for myself. You know, I live by that because I'm a firm believer in authenticity. And it's so ironic because I asked Juana, I said, what T mean? What that mean? And she said transparency, education, authenticity. And I just thought that that was so dope. So, and I like how I put hot tea together because you really do need that honesty, openness, transparency, but you also have to have the education and authenticity. That authenticity, that A, is
Yeah.
most important. And that's why, I thrive off of that from a personal standpoint because authenticity was something that I struggled with for a long time. I didn't show up being hot for myself, growing up. And I couldn't get comfortable. But I learned to get comfortable with myself. I learned to be hot. I didn't start getting hot with myself until I got into college.
Hmm.
And that was some time ago, not too long ago, but it was some time ago. Shout out to Western Carolina University, Pi Gamma Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is, where I pledged as well, and where I got my education at Western Carolina University in North Carolina. But that's where I I grew into myself. And honestly, when I thought about that acronym, I was like, yeah, this is it because and I seen so many people that struggle with authenticity. And that's honestly the real reason of why another reason why I got into therapy because I wanted to make sure that people, had a space where they can voice themselves, that they can see themselves. One of the most important questions I ask people is a self-care question. And if you're on live, or catching this replay, I'm gonna encourage you to make sure you ask yourself this question every day. But it's the question of what am I doing or what have I done? Two parts. What have I done in the last few hours that's a reflection of me? Or if you're a person that reflects at night, what have I done today that's a reflection of me? And I love that question for myself. It's a question that I came up with. Um, and it's a simple question that I give to my clients, all of my clients, because so many times do I see people, they do not show up for themselves because they don't see themselves in anything that they do. They're shadows for everything else. They're shadows for the roles and for the roles that they play.
Hmm.
And it's heartbreaking. And I wanted to make sure I created a space where they showed up authentically. So I appreciate your acronym, Wanda, because it spoke so much when I just learned about it. And I was just like, that is why we're doing what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, I love it. And I love you. Um, Also, I know you've been off of it for a little while, but if y'all can see her background, it says Soulful Healing Sundays. And so Tavara also she also does lives on it's on Facebook and Instagram right now, right? When you do them.
Yeah. I gotta keep it high. I don't know any other way. But I have not done Sofa Healing Sunday, in months. And I'm gonna tell you why. I tell you I keep it hot. I'm a mom of two young babies.
Little
Okay, I
ones.
told y'all they 2 and 5 now. It's about to be 3. Okay. They 2 and 5. I got a husband. I run a private practice. I'm always constantly, trying to make sure I maintain balance and my mental health. That's most important for me. My mental health and my family.
Yeah.
And so, I'm not a person who, you know, who's always gonna keep up with the trends or whatnot as much
Right.
as I like to, but I'm human. I have a life. honestly. And so now I haven't picked up sofa healing in a while because I'm trying to figure out how I can make sure it doesn't, affect my most important priorities, which are my family and my mental health. But sofa healing Sundays, yes, they are held. I have held there, and I am going to pick it back up. Just make sure you're following me on social media, what that is. Instagram at healing grounds underscore therapy, or you can follow me on Facebook, Tavara Franklin, um, where you can be able to catch me live on those things. I'll be giving you updates on when I'm doing, but what I do, in replacement of sofa healing until I figure out when I can be able to balance it back in, I give out sofa healing tips, daily, on my Instagram and Facebook. And they're thought provoking tips that's bringing you the sauce, helping you to be able to think and be provoked to think. And they're great tips. And so I provide those things in lieu to you make sure give the people what they need, on a day-to-day basis. So make sure you following me on my socials to get those tidbits.
Yes, absolutely, y'all. I am encouraged and inspired and empowered by her healing tips every day. Like, I'll see it's like Tavara Franklin posted, or I'll get it from Healing Grounds. And so it's there, it's her because she cute and she got either the same that picture that's on this flyer for tonight, or
Mhm.
it's like a purple. She got her jeans and her t-shirt on about her Healing Grounds therapy t-shirt. So it's her because her brand is on it and you see her. And so y'all follow her on Facebook, Instagram, and so whenever she does do a Soulful Healing Sunday, they are really good and really like, she's just so chilling, just brings it to you. And it's just tools, these keys for success for you. I know we got to get ready to wrap up, but can you tell us something that you do intentionally each day? I know you asked those questions, but is there something that you do just yourself that you do to be intentional each day?
Absolutely. And I'm gonna shout this out to my husband. I told you he my cheerleader. Two things. I'm gonna give you two things. One, each day, this is what I do. I make sure that I'm taking some kind of time, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but most I like to take an hour. I know I may not necessarily get that every day, but I'm taking some kind of time for me to debrief. Why? Because I see a lot of people, y'all, every day, and that affects my ability to interact with my children, my family, and I don't need that. So I have to be able to take time before I actually go into mommy mode, and making sure that I you know de-escalated and debriefed, and kind of got that off of me, before I engage with my family. But most importantly, my husband, he created self-care days for the both of us, not just and individually and as a couple. So we have certain days out the week where our individual self-care days and evenings, and so we get to do whatever it is that we want to do. And so that is what I do to make sure I stay balanced. Is I make sure I make time for myself, and my husband created self-care days for us individually and as a couple.
I love that because most people are just like date night, but self care days. I love that because when you're married, you are a unit. You are one.
Mhm.
So if one of you is not doing okay, the other one, it affects the other one too. So
Yes.
I just love that. Your husband's so sweet.
Thank
Um, so shout out to you, Terrence. You setting this bar high for some folks out there, Terrence. But Tavara, this has been great. Y'all,
you.
please
Wonderful.
share again how they can follow you. I put the Instagram on there, but
Yes.
they can
Follow
follow
me
you.
on Instagram at healing grounds underscore therapy. Or you can follow me on Facebook. That's Tavara Franklin. And make sure you follow my business page. That's Healing Grounds Therapy and Wellness Center. That is where you can be able to get all the tips on your sofa healing moments. You can be able to get updates on when I am going to come live. You can be able to get updates on what I'm doing, what events I'm hosting, what events I'm going to, everything that you need to know, the merch. Okay, I don't have the merch on today, but you can be able to find out how you can be able to obtain your own hot merch and everything that you need to know about HGT.
I love it. You guys, so go out there, like when you hang up, get off your phones or whatever. If you're driving, so hey Tammy, because she says she driving, she wanted to pop in, she gonna catch the replay. So yes, be safe, girl. And when y'all get to a safe space, go on, like, follow, and share this episode, and follow Tavara on all her social media platforms, because I don't want you to miss nothing. Okay, I don't
But
want you to
most
miss.
importantly, make sure you sign up for that workshop.
Yes, that look, period. That part.
November 5th, 12 to 2:30. We got the link down in the chat. That's the bit.ly for / trust now, all in caps. Make sure you attend the workshop. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. You're gonna have nuggets for a lifetime.
I want to help somebody. So we're gonna give one away. So
Hey, I love to give one away. I am going to give one away. You ready? How you want to do this?
so normally I just let people pick numbers or let whatever you want to do. So because it's just fast, instead of saying like the first one is say something, because people be like, I said it, but your thing too slow, like it was so it's like if you put a number, a letter or something, you can't deny that. So whatever you want, how you want to do it, you want to pick some.
I'm gonna pick a number between 1 and 50.
1 and 50. Yeah, that's good. Can you write it down? Because people be like, she changed the number.
I got the number in my head.
I know. What I'm talking about, can you just put it
I'm right.
Look, this that trust thing.
I'm a rebellion, y'all. Don't.
It's the trust thing. Look.
Trusting. Hold on, let me go find a
So,
pen. Hold
no,
on.
while she's getting her pen, because I didn't prepare her for this,
Y'all,
but while she's getting her pen, we're going between 1 and 50. You could
yes,
be
50.
lucky winner tonight of getting this virtual healing seat. You know,
Right.
yeah, it's a virtual healing seat. So you can join the live Zoom of the workshop, because trust is hard to do. And I just showed y'all how we didn't trust, right? Because I know y'all folks. I know y'all folks. This is how y'all be rolling.
Okay.
So if you are my
We
child,
got numbers.
my
Okay, we got numbers coming through.
yeah, they coming. If you're my child, you don't win. You already got a ticket. I'm already buying you one. So this for somebody else.
Okay.
Somebody else.
Okay.
So they coming through. I see there's like it's fluctuating like between 10 and 12 people. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only see 6 numbers. Come on, y'all.
Come on, come on. Where y'all numbers at?
6 numbers.
Give it about 10 seconds. 10, 9,
The girl, these folks putting in 2 numbers because they said the other people ain't doing it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, time up. Let's see who we got. Oh man. All right, y'all want to know my number though, for real? For real?
Yeah.
All
Wait,
right.
okay, wait. The winner is close without going over, or just closest?
The closest, in my opinion.
Okay, the closest, even if they go over.
Even if they go over, it's the
Okay.
closest.
All right. So y'all heard that. The closest number.
All
I mean,
right.
I could do some math. I got the calculator, if we need.
I already see it's 2 people, but I
Oh, that's what
I
okay.
see who posted it first. So those who don't know who know me, they know I said it earlier. I'm a part of the most dynamic, illustrious sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and we have beautiful 22 founders. Okay,
Oh,
so that means Miss who it looks like Tanisha.
Tanisha and Erica.
And Erica. Oh, but Tanisha posted first.
You know what? Let's give them both something.
Hey, we're gonna be a blessing to both of y'all. So listen,
Yes.
listen, I need for you to make sure that you send me direct message me on Facebook, Tavara Franklin. That is Tavara Franklin. Y'all see my name. Direct message me with your email. I'm going to make sure you get your healing seats November 5th. 12 to 2:30. You do not want to miss it. Congratulations, Tanisha and Erica. Woo, woo.
Yes. I love it. I love ending like this because somebody's getting blessed with a healing seat.
That's right.
So, and so any final words?
Listen, my final words is like, share, join November 5th from 12 to 2:30 because trust is hard to do workshop. Because trust is hard to do, but I'm going to give you a lifetime of nuggets. So make sure you join. If you can't join, be a blessing to somebody because we are being a blessing to somebody now. So be a blessing to somebody. If you can't join, that's okay. You can get the replay, but make sure you sign up. Use that link.
Yes. And as I always say, I am here is now and I am alive, y'all.
Woo!
I love you all. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming on. And please, Tanisha and Erica, don't forget direct message Tavara and Tavara, don't hang up. So
Okay.
direct direct message Tavara because we're gonna give you make sure y'all get y'all seats. Okay, now if you don't do it, that's on you.
Oh, you.
Like because we got y'all in, then you got to do the rest. Okay, trust.
Trust now. Trust the process now. There we go.
All right. Well, y'all have a wonderful evening and we will see y'all next week. Okay. Don't miss it. It's going to be some financial stuff, y'all, because this one is financial planning awareness. So, yeah, and everybody always can help, get help with that. So, yes, get them coins, get the bags. But I will see y'all next week. Be blessed.